Not bad. This cup ramen thing isn't bad. You know what? I wish I had some sobe right about now. It's the only thing that makes it better. What's going on? It's been quite a while since we met face to face, guys. Probably since August. I mean, there was like maybe one or two quick updates along the way, but the last time I got on camera to personally update you guys was back in August. Literally last year. But you know what? That's gonna change this year. New year, new me. New year, new me. So here we are, 2017, and this is pretty much a channel update video to inform you guys on what's been happening on this channel for like the past month and why there was like no uploads for like 2 weeks back in January. And pretty much we're gonna go into like the new changes I'm instituting on this channel, as well as what game content you should expect on this channel in the weeks to come. So first of all, just to go ahead and get this out of the way, 2 weeks ago, around the time Nintendo, yeah, it was the same day actually, it was the same day Nintendo had a damn little press conference announcing the Nintendo Switch's release date, the Nintendo Switch's price point. It was pretty stupid. You know what, the Nintendo, you know, it wasn't stupid, but I am kind of upset at the fact that they did it on the same day I had to get my teeth. You know, I had scheduled it before they even scheduled their press conference, alright? So I was getting my teeth removed, right? And they did this Nintendo press conference. Hey, the only way to get one is the pre-order. And then like literally I come home and then like everything's sold out. I'm like, god damn it. Why do they have to do it on the day I had to get my teeth removed? But anyway, like I'm saying, on the same day I had to get my teeth removed, my wisdom teeth, not my teeth, not all my teeth obviously, but I had to get 4 of my wisdom teeth, all 4 of them, removed from my mouth because they were just causing such problems. Nothing but problems from these teeth. Now, all of them were ingrown wisdom teeth or whatever fuck you call it, when they just grow into the sides and fuck up your jaw and they grow into nerves and whatever. That caused so many problems last year. Like, it caused so much. Like, I'm not sure if you guys remember, but like earlier 2016, like I want to say around Fire Emblem, around when I was like finishing off the Sky 5, I kind of had an anxiety attack on the fucking stream before Disgaea, and then a couple of times for Fire Emblem because I just didn't know what was happening. I was getting this drilling pain in my head. I didn't know what it was. I was feeling dizzy. I was feeling out of breath half the time, and I was just having so many physical ailment problems back in 2016, and most of them were due to the fact my wisdom teeth were ingrown, which were, it's just crazy to think that you would think 4 wisdom teeth could cause, it's crazy to think that, right? Just to think wisdom teeth can cause such a problem, which is absolutely insane. When I first heard it, I'm like, there's no way that's my teeth, dude. There's gotta be something wrong with my brain or something. I'm about to die. I got cancer. I got something, you know? And then that just led to anxiety, thinking all the other things I could have. It's like, can't be my teeth. Can't be this. It's gotta be this. It's gotta be this. I'm scared. And it's like the first year I ever had a fucking panic attack. And a panic attack is so bad. It's like, you literally think you're about to die, dude. Like, I was in the basement just about to go wash some clothes, clean some clothes, and then it was the worst feeling ever, fam. I can honestly say 2016 was probably the worst year for my adult life when it came to my health, physically as well as just mental health. Like, first time I ever had a panic attack. It was crazy, all because I didn't know what was happening. I didn't know why I was feeling that drilling pain. I was just getting so stressed out, and then that led to other physical ailments. And once I found out what was the freaking root cause, aka my wisdom teeth, I decided to take action and get my wisdom teeth removed. And shout outs to insurance. Shout outs to insurance, because if you ain't got insurance while getting your teeth removed, you don't want that. So if you're young, if you're a youngin, you got like insurance because you're on your parents' insurance or something, take advantage of that. Trust me, you're gonna want to take advantage of that. Unless you're rich, then it doesn't really matter. And if you rich watching my content, dude, let me hold about $2,000. How you like my headphones? Pretty dope, right? They came on out of nowhere, right? Well, what up? So anyway, before I go into like any other gaming schedule stuff, before I start talking about the changes I'm going to make on this channel, I want to talk about two things really quick that will be pretty much answered by the institution, or the changes I'm going to institute on this channel. And two games I'm going to be talking about: Sword Art Online Hollow Realization and Final Fantasy 15. And the first one I want to talk about is SAO Hollow Realization, and the reason why I dropped it. The reason why I dropped Sword Art Online Hollow Realization is because I felt the game wasn't really that fun. After playing it for about 25 hours, the gameplay was pretty okay because it was a refined Hollow Fragment, and I actually really liked the Hollow Fragment battle system. It's just what I found so irritating about Hollow Realization was that the plot was not interesting. Cutscenes would drag out for like so long, like for pointless amounts of time, forever amounts of times, and it's just, why? And then it doesn't even keep you engaged. Like, what I mean by that is like, you'll watch this 30-minute cutscene, it'll build up to a boss fight or something. Like, yeah, we gotta go fight this dragon. Let's fight this dragon. I'm like, oh, okay, finally, some action. And then it's like, oh, they fought the boss and defeated it without letting me play the fucking boss. And they're going on for another 10 minutes, which leads to a 40-minute cutscene. It's like, there was no engagement factor when I would play and just view the cutscenes, and that just killed me. And the events were not that engaging. It's cool, like I said prior to this update, to everybody on like my Twitter and just random streams, I would talk about this, but it is cool to see the characters back. It's cool to see these characters returning for another, game and a story, I guess. But at this point, you have to ask yourselves, why do they keep playing these games after being involved in a death game? Technically, like a game where if you die, you die, And there's no sense of urgency in this game either. So it's like, I think that's what kills the later SAO, novel, not even novels, but these games. Like Lost Song was boring because it didn't have any real sense of urgency. Hollow Realization is the same way. It's like nothing's really affecting these players playing this game. So why should I care? Yeah, they're characters that I liked in the original Hollow Fragment, or the first season of SAO is always going to be the best because of that sense of urgency and that rawness, that the death game and all that. But it's like everything after that first season just falls flat because there's nothing to care about. There's no danger, there's nothing really there other than the characters. It's like, without that sense of urgency, it's gone. You're done. There's no intense moments. There's no moments like, there's never going to be a moment like the first SAO. They will never top off. They will never top their first season. No matter how you look at it, no matter how hopeful you are, they will never top the first season. All right, it's just got, like I said, it's just got boring after just sitting there playing the game for 35 minutes and then finally or just watching cutscenes for 35 minutes and then trying to play the game. And then they after like 5 minutes or 10 minutes of gameplay, hey, guess what? Let's go back to the fucking hub area of town, watch 20 more fucking cutscenes, and then hey, there you go play the game for another 10 minutes only to get interrupted by some more cutscenes. Like, the game is hefty on content. I'll give you that. It has a lot of stuff you can do when it comes to just overall playing the game. Like, oh, you can go, fight and stuff. You can view all these events, viewing all these characters. That's like pretty much the hefty amount, or that's pretty much the primary content that you're gonna end up dealing with during the entire game. But it was too much of it. It's too much of it, and especially most of it is like kind of forced down your throat. If you want to advance through the story, watch like 3 hours worth of cutscenes. it got out of control. The events were just not that interesting, especially since like nothing really mattered. And they're over here talking about NPC lives matter. That's what this game is. NPCs lives matter more than the actual players that play the game. That's how Kirito and his group in this game are the ultimate SJ fucking W's. Like, they will literally try to stop you if you out here trying to play the game and kill an NPC. You know, if you try to catch me killing an NPC, fuck you. You don't even get rewarded for watching the events either. So it's like, there's very little reason to watch it unless you're just a really huge fan and your favorite anime is Sword Art Online. Then that's the only time you should actually ever play this game. Unless it's your favorite fucking anime of all time. I just don't recommend this game to anybody who plays games casually. When I was playing this game thinking, I could be playing so many other games right now. Why am I stuck playing this game that's just not that interesting and barely has enough gameplay? So I just stopped playing it because it just didn't seem fun after a while. The game had a lot of events and the events just were not that interesting to me. So that's pretty much the reason why I dropped SAO, Hollow Realization. Now, Final Fantasy 15 on the other hand is not the same. I actually really enjoyed Final Fantasy 15. In fact, I enjoy it so much that I'm actually going to put it on hiatus. And that seems weird, but I'm going to tell you why. The reason why I'm putting it on hiatus is simply due to the fact the game clearly needed more time in development. And I'm going to give them the respect and say I'm willing to wait however long it takes for them to actually just release all this extra content and whatnot. And release all these patches, adding new content, because the next patch is supposed to add 60 frames per second, 1080p, 60 frames per second, and that's actually pretty ridiculous. They got so much stuff planned to add into this game that they should have had in the beginning. There's just so much stuff that they're actually adding into the game post-release, and it's like they're adding story stuff free of charge, of course, which is pretty nice. They're adding like things that shapes up or just basically makes the experience better. Like they're supposed to be balancing certain aspects of the game. They're gonna add story content through like patches. It's like y'all sounded like y'all needed at least 2 more years, at least another year. Like y'all should have just did that. And they're supposed to be adding other characters that you can play and keeping your party permanently later down the road. Obviously, they're gonna be adding like DLC, other stuff like episode Prompto, episode Gladio, Ignis, all that stuff is supposed to be later or released later this year. So I'm like, you know what? My top 10, my most anticipated game in 2017 is the definitive edition of Final Fantasy 15. Like, because the game ain't complete. It's basically not complete. But if you were to choose to play this game and just complete it, it would actually be a full game's worth of content. They have hella side content in this game. It's not a game. It's not an incomplete game. It's not an incomplete game. Yeah, it is. Fuck it. It's not a game where it has lack of content. It already has a lot of content for you there in the game. It's just, I want my first experience to be the full experience of Final Fantasy 15. I waited 10 years. 10 years for this game. I think I can wait another year and some change, you know, for them to implement all these little balance adjustments to the game, add all this extra all the story cutscenes. Like they're adding story cutscenes to actually, like, I guess, explain a little plot detail in the game, which apparently like explains certain things, why characters did certain things or certain actions, which is like crazy. You would think that they would have already focused on that and fixed it, but they didn't. I think they focused more on actual gameplay than... I think they focused on like the open world aspect more than they did the plot. Because the plot to Final Fantasy 15, the pacing, I can tell you right here, right now, personally, I just feel like it has one of the worst pacings to a Final Fantasy game. There's like so many things that felt like they're missing already. Like from the moment I booted up the game, like after the first cutscene, I'm like, I feel like there should have been more, a little bit more. And then there's certain, like when I was playing through like certain parts of Final Fantasy 15, I think when you teamed up with your girl, the mercenary, I'm not gonna say her name, you team up the mercenary, it's like, why didn't she just join the party? Like she had nothing better else to do. Like, and now like later down the road, oh, we're gonna add this character later. It's like they're gonna add her in permanently later, as a character that you have in your team. It's like, why didn't y'all just have it from the start? Why? So that's primarily the reason why I'm going to just put Final Fantasy 15 on hiatus. It's simply due to the fact that the game has so much more stuff they're going to add to it. They're going to add so much stuff to it. And I don't want my first experience to be the half-cocked, the half-cooked, half-boiled experience. I want it to be the full experience. So that's why I kind of stopped playing the game. I think I just stopped playing it at chapter 9. But I mean, I still play it on the side, just fishing, because the fishing is really fun. But yeah, that's primarily the main reason why I don't want to continue Final Fantasy 15 at this point. So now that I explained why SAO has been dropped like a bad habit and why Final Fantasy 15 is going on hiatus, I'm just going to talk a little bit about the little changes that you're going to see on this channel going into 2017. And the first change is, the biggest change on this channel is new releases no longer will have priority on this channel. And there's a couple reasons for that. Now, the primary reason why we're going to not focus on newer releases, we're not going to have new releases just take priority. There are going to be some times where we will play a new release immediately. Obviously, Persona 5. Obviously. But the primary reason why we're not doing this is because if you look at 2016, 2016 has some hot garbage. Hot garbage. Almost every game I played, I want to say at least 50-50. 50% of the games I played that were new releases were just something I just really didn't feel. I really didn't feel those games too often. I wasn't digging them. And I was excited for most of them. Mighty Number 9, I'm like, yeah, back this game for $60. Where the fuck is my copy of that game, actually? Where the fuck is that physical copy? I never got my fucking backer rewards. The point is, Mighty Number 9 was a new release and it was ass. Alright? I actually gave it props at first and then I realized it was just ass. And then we played Star Ocean 5. Hot garbage. Tokyo Mirage Sessions. Alright. For its battle system, but overall I didn't really enjoy it too much because of the plot. That's what I play RPGs kind of for. Other than the gameplay, hot garbage. I kind of want to get story and some cool characters. Barry Goodman, don't let me get started. Sword Art Online Hollow Realization. Hot garbage. Boy, don't let me get started on that game again. Don't let me get started on that game again. So, like, all these games we played last year, I just really did not actually like as much as I thought I would. Because I was so hyped for these releases. And then they just turned out to be just rushed products. Rushed products, pretty much. Censored products for no reason. And after, like, playing all those new releases, like, I noticed a lot of the games that I was playing that were, like, older releases, I enjoyed. You know, because it was games people recommended that I would play, that I should play. Like, I had an overwhelming amount of people recommend that I play Stellar Glow, and that playthrough did pretty well on the channel, you know? And I enjoyed that game. I fucking think it was personally my favorite game I played last year, which is absolutely ridiculous, you know? These older games have a reputation, you know? You have all these people already saying how this game is. They're saying, oh, it's a really good quality game. A lot of people can't give you the same, you know, response for a lot of these newer releases. They can't tell you how the game is because the game just got released. The game is just not out yet, you know? So instead of just taking so many dumbass chances on these newer games to see if I would enjoy them or not, I'm gonna play games that were already well received before. I mean, why not, right? Going forward, our new rule is going to be, we're not going to focus on new releases as much. We're still going to be playing new releases, a few of them. Obviously, I can go over a few that you probably already know by now. Obviously, Persona 5 and Ni no Kuni 2 whenever that drops, you know? But there will be other games like Tales of Berseria that I just won't focus on. And the reason why I didn't play Tales of Berseria was for two reasons. So many other people were playing it. And I'm just going to wait until the future to play it, you know? Because right now, I still feel burnt out.
I feel burnt out on the Tales series, so like once I feel reinvigorated, I'll start playing it again. Okay, you're not gonna be playing a lot of newer games, but what kind of old games you got planned and whatnot? Well, I got 2 right here. Bam, we got Valkyria Chronicles, and I like the gameplay. It looks pretty neat, you know. I actually played a little bit of it just to test it out, and I actually really like it. It's like an action / strategy RPG. You actually like place the units, you move them up, and you get shot at. It's like, oh goddamn. They're actually, it's like an active time turn-based strategy game. It's actually pretty sick. I don't know how to explain it, but it's pretty cool. It's a strategy based. No matter how else you say it, it's basically a strategy RPG, pretty much. But I like the activeness of like how you place your units, and then they're under fire and whatnot. They're being attacked while you move your units. Just placing your units, it's pretty cool. I really like it, and this will be happening later in the future. And then of course we got another kind of older release but newer release in recent years. I think this was released 2 years ago, and we're gonna be playing the Trails of Cold Steel series sometime later on this channel. And the reason why I say sometime later is because I'm already working on some other playthroughs. Now this is gonna actually lead into another change on this channel. I said this before, but I'm not going to focus on more than 2 games at once. And the reason why is it's way more consistent for my schedule if I were to just work on 2 games at once. Because before I was working on 3, 4, sometimes even maybe 5 games at once, and that shit would just completely burn me out. I would get burnt out so quick trying to cover 5 games. But right now I'm only working on 2 games currently, and that's DDS and, you know, the Sky 2. And both of these games I'm having a lot of fun with, and I don't feel pressure to go to another game to try to get footage of that and get some more footage of that. I mean, I've been able to record very much consistently just focusing on 2 games. So like you may actually see in the future, like I might be uploading 3 or 4 playthroughs at once. And the reason for that is I could be recording 2 games right now, and then I can just beat 1 game super quick because I'm only focusing on 2, and then I'll have like a lot of stockpiled footage on 1 game, and then I'll start upload that footage, and then I'll start immediately working on another game because I beat that 1 game, and I'm just gonna immediately start working on another project after it and start recording footage and uploading that. So it's like, although you're seeing 3 different playthroughs, one of them is already completed, and the other 2 are still being worked on, you know? So if you start seeing 4 playthroughs being uploaded on the channel, it's because, well, 2 of them are already completed and 2 of them are currently being worked on. I just had a surplus amount of videos of 2 series, or, you know, a certain series. So definitely this consistent, I feel like because of this more consistent pacing, I feel like I'll be able to do a lot more than just gameplay stuff now. This pacing is actually going to allow us to just start working on other series, working on other videos other than Let's Plays and playthroughs and whatnot. Because right now I'm already in the process of making a video, top 10 anticipated series of 2017. And the reason why I'm able to make it is because I didn't have to spend 4 days fucking editing 4 different playthroughs, you know, or I had to, you know, record all these different games and have to edit them in the same day. Working on 2 works pretty good, I feel like, and then uploading 1 a day per series works so well because the audience retention has been up ever since I started doing that, you know. Because like a few years ago when I was uploading so many videos, the audience retention wasn't that high. But now that I'm doing like 1 a day per series, audience retention is up. You people are watching the videos. It shows that in my stats, which is pretty good, pretty cool, and I appreciate that. I really do. It actually helps too, because apparently YouTube recently changed some stats, like where if it's a longer video and people watch it longer, it actually pretty much makes more revenue, which is weird. I don't know the process, but I've been making longer videos ever since like whenever I started. I think I've always made like 20 minute to 40 minute videos for certain playthroughs, or just for parts of playthroughs and whatnot, and it really benefits me in the end, because now last year I seen a huge jump in revenue. I'm like, why is this happening? Like, So like, I may not be getting like huge amount of views like previously, but because of my longer videos, they seem to make me more money on YouTube, which is pretty cool. And, you know, I ain't complaining. I ain't complaining. It helps me be able to do this a lot more comfortably, you know? So I'm happy about that, for sure. But like I said before, because of the more consistent, consistent schedule, I'm able to do a lot more and whatnot. I'm able to just create on like these different things, like top 10 videos. I'm gonna be able to put more of those out. I wanted to do this last year. A lot of the stuff I'm saying I wanted to do last year, but it's just like I said earlier, like when I got my teeth pulled out, my wisdom teeth caused so much problems last year. Like it stripped my motivation to want to do anything at times. Like I would start doing like a recording or a stream, and then this pain would just take my entire head, and it's just like, fuck it, I gotta end the stream. It's just like that caused so much problems during last year, but this year we going in. We are so going in this year. Definitely going in. I'm gonna try to do a lot more than just top 10s. I'm gonna try to do like promos. If you guys remember, I made one channel trailer, and it was super well received. You guys liked it, but I want to make that kind of like a more, not even a trailer, but I want to do more of those, like a promo type thing. Like those trailers will be more. I want to do like that regularly, but not too regularly. Like maybe every couple of months, and just make a promo vid for whatever playthrough that I'm doing, or just whatever. Like if it's going into the summer, I want to make a promo about the games I'm going to do in the summer. I want to do more like creative stuff like that. At the same time, I want to just do a lot more, since I feel like because of this more consistent schedule, I'm going to be able to do more than just Let's Plays at this point. Because I think that was the biggest problem I had prior to this year. I was trying to do too much. I was trying to cover like so many games at once, and then I would edit, because I like editing. I feel like if I didn't edit, it would take the uniqueness out of the uniqueness of my channel. It would just strip that away if I stopped editing. And on top of that, yeah, it would give me more time to do other things if I just stopped editing videos. But I feel like that's just something I can't do. To just stop editing, that would just be so. At this point, it would just feel lazy. And I feel like if I don't edit my videos, the quality to my videos would drop. Because I like cutting out backtracking. I like not showing an overabundant amount of random encounters. Especially since I play RPGs, I feel like it's very important that I do cut out and just edit my videos, especially for RPGs, these lengthier games, you know. So going into the future, we're not going to be playing too many new releases right off the bat, you know. So we're going to be playing games that have already like established if they're good or not. So now that we talked a little bit about what's going to be changing on the channel and whatnot, I think it's time that we talk about the gaming schedule we're going to have for ourselves for the month of February. Obviously, as you just seen, we just completed Shin Megami Tensei 4 Apocalypse this Saturday, this very day I'm recording this update, and I enjoyed that game. That game was fun. Definitely fun. I enjoyed it. I think I just got burnt out near the end, because I felt like it dragged out longer than it needed to. Like, I feel like the final boss should have happened like after the Cosmic Egg, but they made you go through another dungeon. That dungeon just... I just did not feel up to doing that dungeon. I think at that moment I was like, I kind of want to be done with this game. And other than that, it's like I really enjoyed the game. Other than being spoiled, I really enjoyed the game. It was one of the, probably my favorite SMT titles for sure. One of the best to me because of the system, the gameplay mechanics, just overall like the gameplay changes they did from 4 to Apocalypse was pretty cool. And definitely the what was it? The partner system was pretty dope, because like you could actually have a dedicated damage dealer, a dedicated healer, buffer, support character. It was pretty cool. Definitely. I will not be covering the DLC. The reason why, because I don't want to support that practice, especially since I paid these dudes $50. Paid them an extra $10, fam. I paid y'all an extra $10 for this game, and y'all still want to charge for some DLC? That shit that was already developed for the game, just added as additional downloadable content for some extra change. And I did some math. I actually did the math. All the like story little extra fights that you could do actually add up to $10.50. Basically the Atlas tax is pretty much the Atlas tax right there, fam. Why couldn't they just include it with the fucking game for an extra $10.50? You know, I should have just been able to get the game right there with all that content in the game. But I gotta pay y'all an extra $10.50 to play just to get frustrated at the game some more. Like, nah, I'm good. You know, if it was already included in the game, I would do it. Like, there was just so many. This is one of the biggest problems I have with games nowadays, is the fact that they will simply cut out content they had already developed for the game and just sell it as additional content. And it's really obvious too, because if you look at Twisted fucking Tokyo, a dungeon that's in the fucking game, you can't complete or get any of the rewards that are worth doing that damn dungeon for until you get the fucking DLC. Like, are you serious? Are you fucking serious? It's like, yeah, you can fuse. Oh, you can beat them. You can fuse them. But the real reason I wanted to do it was for them item drops, and I couldn't do it unless I got the fucking DLC, and that pissed me off. Like, fuck y'all. Like, are you serious? Like, what kind of bullshit is this? It's not like I needed it to begin with to be able to beat the game, but it would have been really cool to do. But I'm not about to pay y'all extra. I don't want to support that. You know? At least I'm doing something about it. At least I didn't just fucking complain about it and then buy it anyway. But I just don't want to support that, man. It's just crazy how in order to get the true ending to this dungeon, to be able to complete it, spend $1.50, ass nigga. Like, I paid y'all $10 extra. Now y'all want more? like y'all don't see that? Like, y'all ain't got a problem. Like, rich people probably ain't got a problem with it. People with no morals ain't got no problem with it. People who simply enjoy these games, that want to do everything, probably don't have a problem with it. But I mean, as a consumer, I feel like I should already have that in the game, especially since I'm paying y'all more money. It's like, come on, like Atlas tax, and then y'all want DLC tax. Like, right there, it should tell you, like, they had already freaking planned half of this stuff. Half of this stuff should have just been in the game, man. But primarily, that's the main reason why I'm not going to do any of the DLC stuff, because I don't really support that, man. You know? And some of you are like, oh, you're going to wait the DLC for Final Fantasy 15. I waited 10 years for that game. You know? An era where DLC kind of didn't exist. In my mindset, I said, I'm going to get this game. I'm going to pre-order this game. I'm going to play it. I'm going to complete it to its maximum. 10 years ago. Pre-DLC era. Alright? 10 years later, turns out this game needed some more time before a lot of it got released. Luckily, they're releasing like a lot of the stuff they're adding to the game for free. So, I'm happy about that. But like the extra story shit, like Prompto's DLC, Gladio's DLC, and whatchamacallit's DLC is being added. And you know what? They're supposed to be unlocking new areas for the maps too. So unlike DLC for, you know, Shin Megami Tensei 4 Apocalypse, where it's just basically played out in like cutscenes and then you fight a boss and that's that. For like what, $2? $2.50? I think $4 for like the Messiah DLC. It was like $4 for that DLC, and I don't even know what happens. What, for like 30 minutes, 40 minutes of gameplay? I don't know. But these DLCs for Final Fantasy 15 are gonna add more. It's kind of like if a game expands, if the game would have expanded, if it gave me like at least 10 more hours of gameplay, then I would buy that DLC. I would buy it. But for simply a boss fight, I'm not gonna pay you for a boss fight. At least expand the game for me. I'm not gonna sit there and just pay these guys more for like a boss fight that should have been in the game, or for a fusion that should have been in the game, or to unlock the ability to complete a dungeon. It should have been in the game. It really should have. I just see Final Fantasy 15's DLC, the season pass. The season pass that gives you almost anything that's paid, anything that gets released as a paid release to be able to get it. You get all that, and then you get all the expansions. Like, that's primarily the reason why I'm getting Final Fantasy 15's DLC, because it expands the game. I don't think the value for Shin Megami Tensei 4 Apocalypse DLC is actually worth it, especially if it's only for like maybe 30 minutes or 40 minutes of gameplay. Like, I can go look at somebody who's did the DLC, like 25 minutes, 29 minutes, 28 minutes. It's like, I simply feel the value of Shin Megami Tensei 4 Apocalypse DLC just isn't worth buying. It really is. It's just a simple boss fight, maybe some dialogue, and then that's it. It's not like it expands the game or anything. It doesn't. It really doesn't. Now I'm just looking at, if you really want to see somebody do the DLC, I highly implore you, go watch John Awesome. He has it, and it's like the DLC. It's not like it expands the game. Like I said, it's just like a simple 30-minute little just little side quest. 30 minutes. I'm looking at all this stuff right now. He did the Cleopatra stuff, the Mephisto, the damn little whatever you call the fucking quest where people get infected and stuff. It's like all of it is under 30 minutes. And I just don't feel like it's worth it to spend more money, however little it'll cost be, just for something like that. It's just, to me, I don't want to support that. I just can't. Back in the day, I used to just buy a lot of DLC, man. Like, for Final Fantasy 13. 13-2, I think it was called. Yeah, Final Fantasy 13-2, I used to just buy the DLC for. Just because, oh my god, they're adding all this content. But it's like, as time changed, as time progressed, my perception changed. And it's like, I don't really like the idea of having to, buy bosses as content. Because 13-2 had the same shit where you had to literally pay additional money to fight a boss. But they were being way ridiculous about it. I think they were charging like $4 to be able to fight a boss, only to recruit them. And then it's like it was at that point I questioned, like, is this worth it? I don't think I got all the DLC to that game. After I started seeing the bosses coming out costing that much, I'm like, just for an extra boss fight that's gonna last like 30 or 40 minutes? Hell no. Hell no. It just wasn't worth it. I just cannot any longer. I just don't want to support that practice. So, obviously, that's it for Shin Megami Tensei 4 Apocalypse this Saturday. That was it. No DLC, nothing. Nothing after that. So now, we'll have Disgaea 2 and DDS, Digital Devil Saga. So basically, Digital Devil Saga is going to take the time slot that SMT4 Apocalypse had, and that's going to be releasing every Tuesday through Saturday at 8 a.m. in the morning. And then Disgaea 2 is going to release at 12:30 every day between Tuesday and Saturday. And those are going to be the two playthroughs I focus on for the month of February. Now, here's the thing, though. If some people fall through, if some things come through, aka review copies, if review codes come out for me, I might actually be playing Dawn Horizon 0. But here's the thing. The same week, I finally was able to pre-order the Nintendo Switch, by the way. Shoutouts to my boy that linked me on Twitter, Steve, I think it was. Steve? I'm not sure, but shoutouts to you, man. I was able to pre-order my Switch from Best Buy. I'm kind of shocked though, because they kind of took my money already. I thought it was a pre-order, fam. y'all already took my $317. Like, whoa, come on now. It's like, hey, you want this pre-order, don't you? They got my ass. But yeah, I got it pre-ordered. I'm supposed to be getting that on release day. And the same week as Dawn Horizon 0, my boy, Zelda comes out. The new Breath of the Wild. I said without a doubt I was going to be playing it, but stream only. That's going to be extreme exclusive. It'll be archived on my stream channel. Also, if you don't know, I actually have an archives channel. I have a separate archive channel. If you look in the link in the description below, it'll link you to my archive channel. I'll do like live streams from time to time. Mostly Overwatch recently. I'm not gonna lie, I've been doing a lot of Overwatch streams, but a lot of this stuff that I archive gets archived on that channel, and I haven't really been archiving too much, but I have all the archives on this hard drive, and I'm actually gonna upload it later this week. And like I was saying, we're gonna be playing Breath of the Wild. It's gonna get archived on that channel. I'm gonna play it live on this channel. I'm gonna stream it on this channel, but it's going to be straight on the other channel for the archive. So I'm definitely gonna be playing Breath of the Wild for sure. It's gonna be a stream game, and I think I'm gonna make another video because I still haven't really decided how my stream schedule is gonna go, because it's been pretty random. It's been kind of random these past few weeks on when I would stream and what days I would stream. So I'm gonna just sit down to myself like later today, probably later tomorrow, and just think of times I would actually want to stream for you guys, because I want to create a solid stream schedule so we can have something going, because I feel like consistency is the key for growth for sure, and that's the name of the game 2017, boy. Consistency, and that's what we're gonna try to do, especially since I'm up for the challenge this year. And it should definitely be fun. I'm gonna think of it, and once I think of the schedule, I'll post a separate video about it. Nier comes out on the 23rd of February. Probably not gonna pick it up. It's pretty much the same reason why I'm not picking up Berseria. Don't want to focus on new releases right now. I will play those later, because a lot of these games I probably will play later, but I just want to focus on the games I'm currently playing now. Don't want to drain myself. Don't want to just mentally just tax myself. It just doesn't seem right for me to just try to focus on so many games. So again, we're just going to apply our new strat, our no new releases strat, our no priority for new releases strat, and just move on with DDS and Disgaea 2 throughout this entire month. Pretty much. That's going to be the entire month, with some streams of most likely Dawn Horizon Zero. If I get a review copy, if I get a review code for it, we're going to be playing that on this channel, and it will be archived on the archive channel most likely. But if I like it a lot, I probably will go ahead and end up playing it, because right now I think I'm at a point. I think this month I can probably have Digital Devil Saga completed. If I don't complete Digital Devil Saga, if I do complete Digital Devil Saga before the end of this month, we will be playing Dawn Horizon Zero on this channel. You know, that'll be the first release of this, the first new release of this year that we'll be playing. But that depends if DDS is finished or not. So that's pretty much it. I mean, February is just going to be stacked with Disgaea 2 and DDS. We've been playing we played back-to-back SMT. Back-to-back SMT4, Apocalypse into archaic 2006 ass Atlas game. Whoo! Atlas games back in the day didn't play. They didn't play, man. They didn't care about your convenience. What convenience? They was like, hey man, what about my convenience? I said, and he was like, what convenience? That's exactly how I see Atlas. Atlas is just a fucking thug. Atlas pre-2008 was just thugged out, man. They didn't care about your convenience. They didn't care about your thought process. They didn't care about anything you did. They just wanted your money. And they wanted to frustrate you while doing it. Before I end this off, I do want to go ahead and say that later this month, between the 16th and the 19th, I will actually be very busy, and you probably won't see too many uploads between that time period, between the 16th and the 19th, because I also have to go back to the dentist, so you can check up on my mouth and whatnot, give me a good cleaning. Look how clean my teeth are right now, though. But he's gonna give me a good cleaning and then fill in some cavities, because as he was taking out the wisdom teeth, he saw some cavities in there. He was like, you might want to take care of those for a fee. You know how they do you. But yeah, I'm going back there so I can take care of those fillings, take care of those cavities, get my teeth clean. And they obviously want to just do that so they can bring your ass back in. But yeah, I'm going to be busy between that time because I got dental appointments, and then Anime Milwaukee starts on the 17th. So on the 17th, to the 19th, I'll be at Anime Milwaukee, which is my local anime convention that happens every year. And we're actually getting some pretty good people. We're actually getting Laura Bailey this year. I'm actually going to go to her panel and ask her why the fuck she turned her back on the anime community and only voices for fucking AAA titles now. I got you. I'm going to call her out. I'm going to call her out. With her husband there. Because her husband is also coming. And some other people are coming. Vic Mignogna. Some other people. It's like I can't name them because it's so. I think this is the best year for like guests for us because we've never gotten this many guests like that. These bigger guests come to our convention in Milwaukee. It's gonna be hella cold too, man. Man, it's gonna be a fun time though. I'm gonna try to take footage this time. I keep saying it, but this time I'm for real. This year, new year, new me, man. New year, new me. I ain't got my wisdom teeth drilling a hole in my skull, causing nervous stuff happening, causing my nerves to just go crazy. Nah, man. Not this year. Not this year. We taking footage this year. It's gonna be popping. It's gonna be lit. AF, as the young yuns say, and should be fun. But yeah, that's primarily it for this entire channel update. I'm hoping I updated everything for you guys. I talked about Final Fantasy 15, why I'm putting that on hiatus, why I dropped SAO, why I was gone for 2 weeks, why I'm changing up the channel's priorities. We went over a lot of stuff, and I just feel like I'm forgetting something. I just feel like I am forgetting something, But if there's any questions that you have for me, hit me up on Twitter. I ain't gonna say Facebook. I ain't gonna lie. I haven't really been using my Facebook fan page for too much. It's like they made so many changes to the UI to that site. It's pretty boring now. But Twitter is pretty useful for just getting the word out and whatnot. So if you guys follow me on Twitter, you'll be able to see all the updates. You'll see me just always on there. I'm on there a lot more than I am on Facebook, and I'm usually posting stuff when I stream. Like when I'm about to stream, I normally post it on Twitter. So if you want to just stay in the know, follow me on that Twitter, man, and follow me on Facebook too. I guess if you prefer Facebook for Twitter, yeah, I guess. But I ain't gonna lie, I don't post too much on Facebook. I don't post as frequently on Facebook as I do on Twitter, so I'm just letting you know. I ain't gonna lie about that, but if you want to be in the know, follow me on Twitter or Facebook. But primarily, that's it. Got a lot of stuff out. I'm tired. You're probably seeing a lot of quick jumps because I went on rants that I wasn't supposed to go ranty about, and I just didn't want this video to become too long. But it should be one hell of a video to edit. But right now, I'll see you guys later this week for more DDS, more Disgaea 2, as well as my top 10 anticipated games of 2017. You want to check that out? It should be interesting. If you want to know my top 10 picks of this year, of the games coming out, supposedly coming out this year, definitely be sure to keep an eye out for that video. Should be fun. It'll be one of the most unique videos I did in a while, so yeah. So catch y'all later.